Hey YouTube, let's talk about the bar hop drill. So the bar hop drill requires just two targets and then either a pole or a piece of lath that you can step over or step side to side. Okay, so I have it set up here. We're about 7-8ish yards away. I've got a piece of lath set up so I can move left to right, and I've got one set up so I can move front to back, back to front. Okay, so for this drill, this is the very basics of movement. What we're looking to do is incorporate that moving and shooting from a very easy understanding of it. Okay, so when we shoot and move over this, we can shoot while we're moving. We don't necessarily need to have a set point at when we shoot. We are just shooting when the dot is in acceptable target region, i.e. the center of the target or wherever I'm looking. Okay, so if I'm looking at a very small specific spot, as soon as I see the dot in that area or at least in an acceptable area around it, then I'm going to pull the trigger. Okay, I know for many years a lot of instructors taught, hey, you can only shoot when your foot is off the ground. Like, okay, fire. As soon as it touches, I can't shoot. No. Distance to the target and the level of the difficulty of the shot, all these things is going to change when you're pulling the trigger. Okay. Basically, the easiest way to think of it is as soon as the dot is where I want it to be, I'm going to pull the trigger. That's what I'm going to do. The distance of the target, these things are going to change when I do that, because it may take me longer to make a shot while I'm moving, but that's something you can figure out in practice. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate it a few different ways how to do it. And as far as our foot movement from side to side, I know the big thing is everybody thinks like, oh, we cross our feet, that's how we fall over these things. Well, a lot of what happens is if you take videos of people falling over with a gun and shooting and stuff, they generally are doing it because the upper torso is moving too fast for the legs. So I think the most common would be in law enforcement when you see officer involved shootings is when officers are retreating and they're firing backwards and they start to fall backwards because their upper body is moving faster than their legs are actively working. Okay, so I don't think it's wrong to go and basically do a crossover. So if you can see this here, I don't think it's wrong to do a crossover step. I think it's just fine. Obviously, if we lean and do a crossover, we can cause ourselves to fall, or if we move backwards, we can cause ourselves to fall. But if we're in control and we're doing these things where we get a little bit lower, have a little bit of bend in the knees, be a little bit athletic about it, and actually, as we're shooting, we can move over and cross our feet. Okay. If we don't cross our feet, then the other option we have is we just end up taking really big steps, which makes this way harder in my opinion. I think it's much easier to just move and shoot. I don't necessarily need to have my feet cross directly over like this. Rather, I can have my feet move at an angle. Okay. Basically, I'm cutting an angle. I'm cutting a 45-degree angle in this, or maybe even a 30-degree angle in my step. So as I'm coming, I'm technically moving forward and to the side. Okay, so let me demo it a few different ways here, eyes and ears. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire 2 rounds into each target, step over the pole, 2 rounds into each target again. All right, stand by. All right, so that's one way to do it. Another way. Another way. Now we'll do it on this pole. All right, stand by. Okay, that's one way. Another way. So 2 different ways to do it. I would say that the second way for sure is the better way. As you see, I didn't need a stop stable platform to shoot. I can continue to move and shoot. As we go further away, we make this a little bit more difficult. I may have to take more time in that shooting, maybe see more of a bouncing ball. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do. This is very basics of movement. Give it a try and let me know what you think.